everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of Allegheny County Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent prayer or reflection. Thank you. Please be seated. Jared, please take roll.
Ms. Bennett. Mr. Betkowski.
Here.
Mr. DeMarco.
Here.
Mr. Dewar. Here. Ms. Filiaggi. Here. Mr. Fatulis.
Here.
Ms. Hallam.
Here.
Mr. Klein.
Here.
Mr. Macy.
Here.
Ms. Zacharady-Chapkus.
Here.
Mr. Palmieri.
Here.
Mr. Palmacina. Ms. Pritzio.
Here.
Mr. Walden. President Katina.
Here.
At the moment, we have 14 members present.
Thank you. At this point, we're going to have proclamations and certificates. Obviously, we have a good bit of them to get through tonight, so I just remind everybody to please keep your comments to a minimum so we can get everyone recognized this evening. And pictures will be at the end of all of the proclamations. We'll do pictures rather than keep bringing people up in between and what have you. So we'll do it at the end. So we'll begin with 1595-23.
I apologize. Mr. Paul Messina has now joined us by phone, correct?
I forgot all about that.
And Ms. Bennett is with us as well. 12595-23 is a certificate of recognition to the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee for their efforts in organizing the 2023 parade, sponsored by Councilmember Katina. We have another one being presented also by Mr. Macy. Would you like me to read that one now as well? Thank you. 12599-23 is a certificate of recognition, recognizing this Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Irish Society for Education and Charity, also sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
The committee's first, is that correct? Okay. May I have members of the committee up here, please? Hi, Jack. I'm done.
Who would have thought, Dickie, way back when?
Well, hello, everybody. First of all, I want to tell you I'm embarrassed. I have no green on. But I can brag that I have 5 Irish kids, children that is, and 6 Irish grandchildren. I'm not Irish, but their mothers were. So they took that side. First of all, since its inception, the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee has been the driving force behind the annual parade, coordinating and managing all efforts in bringing the community together to ensure the success of this treasured event. Pittsburgh's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade celebrates Pittsburgh's Irish heritage and is normally attended by 200,000 plus people, all Irish for that day. The parade is one of the oldest, largest St. Patrick's Day parades in the nation. The 2023 St. Patrick's Day Parade will feature numerous marching units, including bands, floats, several police, fire, and emergency services agencies, elected leaders, along with many groups from Pittsburgh's Irish community. Allegheny County Council commends the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee and the parade sponsors: Subert and Associate, Trebuchet Consulting, Fort Pitt Capital Group, Rome Monument, Baird Financial, Allegheny County Airport Authority, Teamsters Local 249, Impact Consulting Solutions, Skyworks Equipment Rental, Moran and Moran Attorneys at Law, Snyder Automotive Group, Irish Design Center, Guinness, what's that? Guinness Diageo Brewing, Priority Hospitality Group, and Straub Brewery. Therefore, be it resolved, Allegheny County Council commends this committee for a magnificent job from the past and hopefully Saturday. Would somebody like to speak? You.
You're stuck with me, buddy.
Hey, you have to understand, we're all friends here, so if we throw a jab, it's only because we're friends. Nothing personal.
We've known each other for a very long time. I've been walking the streets of Allegheny County, the city, since 1983 when I started law school at Duquesne. So I've made a lot of friends throughout the years, through the DA's office to currently working for the sheriff of Allegheny County, and the nonprofits, the St. Patrick's Day Parade, that I've been the fundraising chairman since 1991. Colleen Bowers has been right beside me, Carmela Mullins, Timmy Finnerty, Mike McGeever, that's too shy. It's the first time he's ever been camera shy. He won't get up. He's probably worried somebody will ask him a question about the pathonetary. But anyway, saying, if you know what the pathonetary is, you've been here too long, because now it's Department of Court Records. But anyways, we are very proud to be here. I just want to talk very briefly because we have this in the Irish Society for Education and Charity, Inc., which is the mother company, the corporation that oversees it. The St. Patrick's Day Parade first started in 1869. There's only been 2 rainouts or snowouts, once in 1904 and once in around 1950 when Davy Lawrence, beloved governor, commenced the parade again. Even through COVID, we marched, small and proud, not as big as we were in September of 22, but we were there. This year, we're looking at having over 20 bands, over 20 to 25,000, that's 1,000 marchers, not people watching, marching. This is an endeavor of a very large scale that takes no public money. We truly give back to the community. Not one of us. We have to buy our own St. Patrick's Day buttons. We don't even get a comp, okay? So, I mean, it's truly a labor of love. We've been doing it for a number of years, and this year I just want to point out one of the 3 patron saints of Ireland, St. Bridget, honors our button this year. You have St. Patrick, St. Bridget, and St. Columba. St. Columba was very instrumental in doing the Book of Kells that came out in the 8th century, which is what my tie represents, something from the Book of Kells. And this year we have a commemorative Pittsburgh, Allegheny County lapel pin, which we took the emblem from the city, and we sell these. Everything we sell goes right back into the parade committee. So it is with quite a bunch of humility, which a lot of you know is tough for me, to say thank you. It's nice to know that our efforts are appreciated, and we thank you very much.
Was you there in 1889?
No, but you weren't.
Probably. Okay, let's all go up front and get.
We got to do the Irish Society.
What?
Pictures at the end.
At the end, you had the whole bunch of Irish.
Oh, you're the president.
I can do this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, right.
It's certainly it's certainly an honor and a privilege to also mention the Irish Society in Education and Charity. I'm a volunteer myself. Been involved with several charities, 501c3s, and community foundations. So I have to laud people because it's not easy. It takes a lot of work, and I don't know anybody that's a volunteer that's getting paid. They do it out of their heart. They do it out of the love for their community and the love for others. Since 1992, the Irish Society for Education and Charity, Inc., has provided sponsorship, leadership, and guidance to the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee in its efforts to organize and execute what has been referred to as the nation's, now, I don't believe this, it's the second largest St. Patrick's Day Parade. The other proclamation said it was the largest. Okay.
Per capita.
Oh, okay. Only a lawyer would know that. The organization also supports Pittsburgh's Irish community by awarding scholarships to local Irish students and by making donations to area groups and causes. Wonderful. Allegheny County Council commends the Irish Society for Education and Charity for their passionate and tireless efforts to support Pittsburgh's Irish community and thanks them all for their numerous contributions. Thank God for volunteers and nonprofit organizations. You again.
Here, by the way, we're giving you a button. You beg too much. We want to make sure you have something on for St. Patrick's Day.
Where's the, I want one of those.
We didn't say the event already took place.
We'll deal with that. Again, very briefly, the Irish Society is the parent corporation. The parade of this endeavor costs you probably around $40,000 to run. We got to pay for, security, bathrooms, insurance. The bands, every one of the bands, they don't come free. We have to pay for those. Okay? So this is all part of the community give back. We're not looking to have our backs padded or anything like that. Look, we do this because we're Irish and we're from Pittsburgh. That's it. That's simple. The Irish represent 23% of all nationality in Allegheny County, which is the largest. Sorry, Italians, Greeks, Irish are the #1 nationality group in southwestern Pennsylvania. So we're all brothers and sisters. You said you're not Irish? My friend, on Saturday, you're Irish, and everybody else is. Because you look at this parade, there's a lot of people that are not Irish descent that are in the parade. This is truly, truly what Pittsburgh and Allegheny County is about. It's a melting pot of people that we all get together and celebrate everybody's ethnicity and their love for Pittsburgh. So thank you, and look forward to seeing you all on Saturday.
Thank you, Jackie. The Irish Society and Charity, please, and the committee, please up this way.
We'll do pictures at the end, Bob.
Yeah, we have some young ladies that have to come up.
Just hold on to this.
The next two, 12596-23, a proclamation recognizing the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade, Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Queen, sponsored by Councilmember Katina. 12597-23, a certificate of recognition to the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade, Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Court Maidens, also sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
I have three, Jared. I just want to make sure I'm reading the correct one first. Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Queen?
That would be first. That's
Okay, great.
12596.
So good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege to recognize the young women who are going to be honored in the St. Patrick's Day Parade this year. So the first one is the St. Patrick's Day Parade, Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Queen, Mary Grace Murphy. Whereas the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee announced that the 2023 Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Queen is Mary Grace Murphy, who is the daughter of Michael and Patricia Murphy. And whereas the title of Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Queen is among the most honored participants in the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade. And whereas Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Queen, Ms. Murphy, is a senior at Oakland Catholic High School, where she is a member of Joan of Arc Society of Scholars, a Global Competence Initiative Scholar, and is also a member of the National Honor Society. Ms. Murphy is a very active senior where she performs as a flutist, is a drum major, belongs to the OC Environment Club, and is a student ambassador. And whereas, after high school, Ms. Murphy plans to attend a four-year college or university to study chemical engineering and is currently contemplating her college choices. And whereas Ms. Murphy has an extensive and varied background of volunteerism, including recognition as a recipient of the St. Lucy's Medallion, which requires a minimum of 150 hours of service. She has organized and cleaned her Catholic grade school each summer, worked at a vacation Bible school, tutored kindergarten through fourth grade students at St. Maria Goretti's Parish, and participated in a mission trip to Tucson, Arizona. And whereas Ms. Murphy's family has strong ties to the Pittsburgh Irish community, which has instilled a strong sense of Irish pride in her. Her father is president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Division 21 of Pittsburgh, the oldest division in continuous operation in Pennsylvania. Her great-grandparents hail from County Mayo, County Down, and County Leitrim. Her maternal great-grandfather, James Marner, immigrated from County Down at age 20, looking for American opportunities, preferring to serve in World War I as an American rather than as an English subject.
I would first like to thank the County Council for hosting all of us here today. I am honored and humbled to represent the Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Committee as the 2023 Miss Smiling Irish Eyes. I wish to thank the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee for the great work they put into organizing this annual tribute to St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. I'm incredibly excited about the activities throughout the rest of this week and to reconnect and meet members of the Irish community and Greater Pittsburgh community. I am grateful to my family and friends for sharing my Irish heritage through activities with my father's Hibernian family and attending the St. Patrick's Day Parade over the years. I hope to always live up to the ancient Order of Hibernian motto of friendship, unity, and Christian charity. Additionally, I'm appreciative of the support and friendship of the 2023 Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Court Maidens, Emily Eakin and Aubryn Shevlin, my classmate at Oakland Catholic High School. Some may say it's a great day for the Irish, and of course it is, but it's also a great and beautiful day for the city of Pittsburgh and Allegheny County by bringing the communities of our area together to celebrate this momentous holiday. Thank you very much.
This is a certificate of recognition awarded to Ms. Aubryn Rose Shevlin, 2023 Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Court Maiden. Aubryn Rose Shevlin from Pittsburgh, PA, is the daughter of John and the late Pamela Shevlin. Ms. Shevlin is a student at Oakland Catholic High School, where she has achieved high honor roll status and participates in various volunteer activities. She has participated in the Pittsburgh Mission and Arizona Mission, and has helped at the Red Door Shelter weekly. Additionally, she has served as a tutor at St. Maria Goretti during their after-school program. At Oakland Catholic, she has a leadership role in the Irish Dance Club, participates in student council, junior achievement, campus ministry, is a Fiat mentor while also serving in campus ministry, is a student ambassador, a member of the prom committee, and was captain of the volleyball team for 2 years. Her involvement in the Pittsburgh Irish community includes playing Gaelic football, dancing for Shevlin's School of Irish Dance, and participating in Silly Nights?
Kaylee Nights.
Kaylee. See, I don't know Irish. She thanks her dad every day for keeping the Irish community a part of her life. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I just want to start off by saying thank you to the Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Committee for selecting me to help represent the Irish community. I have always looked up to the girls who became a Miss Smiling Irish Eyes, and now I have the honor of being one. Secondly, I would like to thank my dad for keeping the Irish heritage in my life, whether it be through Irish dance at my dance academy, the Shevlin Academy of Irish Dance, playing Gaelic football, or getting the chance to travel to Ireland to visit and meet family. Lastly, thank you to my whole family who loves and shows me constant support in everything I do. Thank you all, and I'm very excited to see everybody at the parade.
And this certificate of recognition is awarded to Ms. Emily Eakin, 2023 Miss Smiling Irish Eyes Court Maiden. Emily Eakin from Allison Park, PA, is the daughter of Richard and Carrie Eakin. Ms. Eakin graduated summa cum laude from Shaler Area High School and is currently studying psychology at the University of Pittsburgh with a minor in
Gwilga, Irish.
She is a member of the competitive Irish dance team, the Photography Club. Irish Culture Club, and the Irish Language Club. Ms. Eakin has been a competitive Irish dancer with the Bell School of Dance for 14 years, having qualified for multiple Northern American Irish Dance Championships. She is also the youngest teacher at the Bell School, where she has the opportunity to pass on her knowledge of Irish traditions to children from all over Pittsburgh. Her volunteer activities include raising almost $15,000 for the Autism Connection of PA since 2014 and providing support at UPMC St. Margaret Hospital in the Women's Imaging Department. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dia Doiv, or hello everybody. Bamalum, Buka Sagaldo, Matish Mahori, Rich and Carey. Sorry. Irish dance is expensive, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without your support, even after your contractually obligated 18 years was over. Give me a second. This is very exciting. Thank you. I would also like to thank Julia Bell and the Bell School of Irish Dance. After severe injury in my senior year, she allowed me to begin teaching. Sorry. And my life has never been the same since. It's truly an honor every day to teach the students that I do, and I love them all like my own children. Finally, Bamalom Abuka Sagaldo, my Irish teacher, Marie Young. She's the best teacher I've ever had, and you put up with me since my freshman year. And I would not be here without your support. And I'd like to end with an Irish saying, Onward Ata in Don Dwitch, Ni Rocky Shaharit. What's meant for you will never pass you up. Gurmagat.
And when do you want to do those pictures? At the end. Do we have more to do? Do we have more? Okay. Okay, very good. And give everybody a chance to dry their eyes.
Sorry.
The next two are 12598-23, a proclamation recognizing the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Grand Marshal, sponsored by Councilmember Katina, and 12600-23, a certificate recognizing the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Allegheny County AOH Hibernian of the Year, also sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
Making sure get the right one first. All right, so I am continuing the proclamation palooza for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So I want to thank President Katina for allowing me to honor our next two proclamation recipients. The first one we'd like to honor here in County Council is the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Grand Marshal. And as I've been sitting here reading the proclamation for Mr. Warner, I can say it is very duly earned. So whereas the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee announced that in 2023, the Parade Grand Marshal is Wade Warner, a dedicated member of the Pittsburgh Irish community. And whereas Mr. Warner is a 1964 graduate from Duquesne University and studied playwriting at the Yale School of Drama, Mr. Warner had a love for advertising, and he worked as a copywriter and producer and then creative director at a major Pittsburgh agency. And whereas eventually he started his own ad agency, and after a good run with an award-winning staff, he sold it to pursue other writing. In 2002, Mr. Werner was elected to the Pittsburgh Ad Federation Hall of Fame, and his campaign, You've Got a Friend in Pennsylvania, was named the best ad campaign in Pittsburgh's history through ad executives polled by the Pittsburgh Business Times Journal. And whereas Mr. Werner wrote 2 songs that were recorded by the late Frank Patterson, one of Ireland's greatest tenors, including one that became the first corporate campaign for Anheuser-Busch, celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty. And whereas Mr. Werner is not only a songwriter, but is one of the original founding members of Pittsburgh traditional Irish band Hooli, along with Bruce Foley, Richard Withers, and whereas his focus for the past dozen years has been playwriting, in 2019, the PICT Irish Classic Theatre premiere of Run Rabbit Path marked 14 plays and 12 productions, most with Pittsburgh Playwrights Theatre founding and producing Artistic Director Mark Clayton Smothers, and as a result, Mr. Werner's direction and passion, his narrative writing has been published in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the Tribune Review, the Jewish Chronicle, and the Pittsburgh Quarterly. And whereas aside from being a well-known Pittsburgh playwright, Mr. Werner continues to fill his lifelong mission to give back to his city. He has been a board member of numerous Pittsburgh nonprofits, including the Pittsburgh Public Theater, PICT Irish and Classic Theater, the Pittsburgh Symphony, and the Ireland Institute. Mr. Werner chaired the Anne Mulaney Fund to build a school in Anne's name in Haiti, and he is also currently on the marketing committee for the Heinz History Center and a board member of Move, a Mountain Missions, and the advisory board for the Brother Andres Cafe. And whereas due to his position as a board member of the Move and Mountain Missions, which supports Brother Andres Cafe, the special employees of Brother Andres Cafe, many of whom are individuals with intellectual and intellectual and developmental disabilities, will be following close behind Mr. Werner on Parade Day. Mr. Werner is thrilled to be accompanied by this special group of individuals during his important and celebratory event. And whereas Mr. Werner's newest musical, Shantytown, the Ballad of Father James Cox, will be the inaugural production of Pittsburgh Playwrights Theater at Madison's 3401 Milwaukee Street in the Upper Hill, their exciting new theater and permanent home. The opening happens to fall on the parade day itself, Saturday, March 11, 2023, for 3 weekends. There is a tailback plan to raise awareness for the Red Door that feeds the homeless every day, and a talk back about the anti-Semitism. And whereas the St. Patrick's Day Parade ends at the Red Door, which first opened in 1929, the same year as Shantytown takes place. There will be an auction after every performance of Shantytown for gift certificates for merchants in the Strip District, with all proceeds benefiting the Red Door. And whereas as a proud family man, Mr. Werner is indebted to Susan, his wife of 56 years, and their 4 children, 7 grandchildren for their never-ending love and support, each of them giving back to the community in different ways. Now, therefore be it resolved that I, Allegheny County Council President Pat Katina, along with all members of council, do hereby congratulate Ray Werner upon being named the 2023 Grand Marshal for the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade. I witness hereof, I hereunto call the seal of Allegheny County to be fixed this 7th day of March 2023. Wow! That is incredibly impressive.
I should just say thank you and leave. That's I didn't realize they were going to say all that. Really, it's not necessary. Everything I have, I owe to my mother and dad in Freedom, Pennsylvania, growing up and learning how to gather things. We borrow from everybody in our lives. We borrow from everybody, from our parents, from our teachers, from your constituents. You know that. That's why we're here. We're making history here today. All of you, ladies and gentlemen, make history for Pittsburgh. We thank you for that. This is one of the greatest cities in the world, and we don't have to brag about that among ourselves. But we just know it. So we're making history with this parade, and all these people here helping us make new history. As Andy Masick, the History Center, says, history is fun. And history is alive, and it's today. And here's what's happening today with this great parade committee and everything that's happening with the green lights going, the green lights going on for the first time in the city. And behind me in the parade for the first time will be these wonderful, beautiful, challenged employees of Brother Andres Cafe marching in the parade. First time in any parade maybe in America, in the second largest parade in America. They are so excited. Subaru jumped in and said, we'll give you the cars. Molly's Trolley said, we'll give you our trolley. And they're going to be right behind. So it's not about leading the parade. It's about who is behind me, these wonderful young people. When you go to Brother Andres Cafe, it's filled with joy. You don't want to leave. And we're making history also with the Red Door. It's amazing to me, providentially, that the parade ends at the Red Door. That's where it ends. It opened its doors in 1929. It feeds the homeless every day. For Father Chris Donnelly and Father Joe Freedy and the gang. They do a great job there. So our musical about Father Cox, he was the mayor of Shantytown Parish to the poor in 1929. He created over 3 million meals. He was one of the most amazing men in America. from Pittsburgh, A Forgotten Story. So we have a musical about him. He marched 40,000 guys, jobless men to Washington, for the jobless, and got in Hoover's face. So we have a musical about him with 18 new songs based on his life, 4 black and 4 white actors, in a new gem of an art center, the Madison Art Center, opening this Friday for the first production at the Madison School in the Upper Hill. My good friend Mark Clayton said there's 4 black and 4 white actors playing 24 different roles. They're amazing. After every performance, the Strip District merchants are giving us items to auction off for the Red Door. And it's history. We're making history come alive, and we want to take this musical outside the city to tell people about the great history in Pittsburgh by taking it to off-Broadway and to other cities. That's our dream, to do this. We think we can do it. So help us make history by coming to our musical, and cheer these young people behind me, because that's what it's all about. It's not about us. It's about all the young people. And, I've said this to others, I'll finish with this, that living in a city with great diversity is like living under a rainbow. And at the end of that rainbow is not a pot of gold, but there's a pot of possibilities for all of our young people, like these great young people here that I applaud and all the work that they've done. So finally, may your days be long and full of song. May your children be many and full of health. May your roof never fall in and those under it never fall out. Thank you very much for this honor.
I'll have these for you here.
If I leave these, can you give this to the...
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, Tim has confirmed that this one will not be as long, so.
Blessed.
So I have the next honor to present the proclamation for the 2023 St. Patrick's Day Parade Hibernian of the Year, which is going to Tim Regan. Regan? Yes?
Yes, Regan. Yes.
Okay. So, whereas the Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee announced that in 2023, Allegheny County AOH Hibernian of the Year is Tim Regan. He is a dedicated member to the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Division 32, located in Carnegie, PA. And whereas Mr. Regan was born on the north side of Pittsburgh and later moved to Mount Lebanon, where he attended Lincoln Elementary, District 5, Lebo, Jefferson Junior High, and graduated from Mount Lebanon High School in 1983. In 1988, Mr. Regan graduated from University of Pittsburgh with a Bachelor of Science in Business, and whereas Mr. Regan became a member of AOH Division 32 in 2012, and a year later received his major degree of the order with his uncle Marty Regan as his sponsor. From there, he held numerous offices in the division, such as Vice President, President, and is currently the Treasurer. And whereas, aside from his involvement with AOH, Mr. Regan is a member of the IAUC, member of the Gaelic Art Society, on the Irish Monument Committee, and is co-chair of the AOH County Bylaws Committee. And whereas Mr. Regan is the chair of the Irish Open Golf Tournament and the Division 32 Fish Fry, which are the two biggest two biggest division fundraising events. He also is the chair of the Hospitality Committee for the AOH and LAOH National Convention, co-chair of the Ad Book Committee, and the co-chair of the Icebreaker. And whereas in 2013, Mr. Regan was awarded the Service Award for Division 32 and the Division Hibernian of the Year in 2014 and 2021. And whereas, as a proud family man, Mr. Regan is indebted to Debbie, his wife of 18 years, and their 2 children, Thomas and Nick, for their never-ending love and support, each of them giving back to the community in different ways. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Allegheny County Council President Pat Katina, along with all members of council, do hereby congratulate Tim Regan upon being named the 2023 Allegheny County AOH Hibernian of the Year. Allegheny County Council congratulates Mr. Tim Regan for this honor bestowed upon him and thanks him for all his contributions to better our community. In witness hereof, hereunto calls the Seal of Allegheny to be affixed the 7th day of March 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank County Council for taking their time out of their day to honor the Irish today during Irish Heritage Month. I'd also like to thank the Parade Committee for putting on another fantastic year of parade festivities. The month of March is the month of green. I'm going to take President Katina and a good friend of mine, Tim Finnerty's words, "Blessed be the brief." So yeah, the great thing about bat and cleanup is all the girls and the Grand Marshal said everything I needed to say, so thank you. Is this the end? Can we take pictures now?
No, there's one more to be presented. Oh, add you to all. I'm sorry, I thought you were asking if that was it.
That's a way to keep it short and sweet. Congratulations. Get head up there. All right. Not yet. Oh, yeah. Good job, Colleen.
I'm on top of it.
Hold on. I can't get him out of here. Can you see everybody as Tom and Bukowski?
Yep.
Daughter's calling down.
All right, everybody, right on me first, okay? All right, just afterward. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, a couple more. Ready? Ready on me. 1, 2, 3. Got you guys. Okay, everyone.
We'll get you next up there.
Yeah.
And then don't go far, because we're gonna get one with everybody.
Okay. Can.
Sorry, Jerry, you're holding up your meeting number.
We're good? Okay.
Everyone stay there. I'm sorry, you folks come here. Remember, but don't go far, because we're going to get your legs back up there with everything, okay? Oh, sorry, Colleen.
Give it up while my hand. Ready?
Okay, hold on. Okay, everybody ready here? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
With me.
Gotcha.
Do they have the girls? All right. We'll get them all at the end. For now. Everybody, I said that's the only individual.
Okay. All right, everybody ready?
Everybody.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, gotcha.
Everybody, Mike. Everybody. Oh, that's right. You were rude last time. That's right. Tim, you're up too. Oh, we're up to everybody. Everybody. Even the parade committee. Anybody? Parade committee. What is it? Mike, is this everybody? Parade committee and charity and everybody? Yep. All right, perfect.
Yep.
All right.
All right, everybody right here first. Okay. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
All right. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Tired of smiling yet? Tired of smiling yet?
Not a problem.
want me to say, but
Exactly. Grayed out.
this, first, third, and then.
Okay, we're going to get back to the meeting, everyone. So if you can please be quiet. We'll now move on to 12601-23.
That's a proclamation recognizing the week of March 5th through the 11th as Women in Construction Week, sponsored by council members Hallam, Betkowski, DeMarco, Pritzio, Katina, Dewar, Palmieri, Nacarati-Chapkus, Macy, Bennett, Palmasina, and Klein. You're not listed now, but I can add you.
All right, so this is a proclamation declaring Women in Construction Week. And with me to accept this proclamation, we have the National Association of Women in Construction, Pittsburgh Chapter 161. We have the chapter president, Natasha Vaccaro, Vice President of Construction Caliber Contracting. We have board member Kyra Sarver, Assistant Vice President at Tedco Construction. And we have board secretary Amanda Kraft of Council McNeese Wallace. So this is a proclamation declaring Women in Construction Week. Whereas Allegheny County, as well as the region of Western Pennsylvania, continues to strive for higher levels of construction and development growth. And whereas Allegheny County is committed to reaffirming the goals of fair opportunities for women and minorities in the construction industry. And whereas the National Association of Women in Construction is a nonprofit and international organization that promotes and supports the advancement and employment of women in the construction industry. And whereas NAWIC, founded in 1955 in Texas, now serves approximately more than 4,000 members in 115 chapters in the United States and Canada, as well as affiliates in Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. And whereas the Pittsburgh area Chapter 161 of NAWIC was first chartered on March 29, 1969, with 33 founding members, and now includes women who are actively employed in all aspects of the construction industry, such as business owners, managers, consultants, tradeswomen, operators, architects, accountants, and attorneys. And whereas during the week of March 5th through 11th, 2023, NAWIC chapters throughout the United States and Canada will be holding special events to celebrate the annual Women in Construction Week. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Allegheny County Council Member Bethany Hallam, along with Sam DeMarco, Jack Betkowski, Anita Prizzio, Patrick Katina, Tom Doerr, John Palmieri, Michelle Nacarati-Chapkus, Bob Macy, Olivia Bennett, Robert Palmasina, and Paul Klein, do hereby recognize and commend the women who participate in the construction industry throughout our region, and we proclaim the week of March 5th through 11th, 2023, to be Women in Construction Week in Allegheny County. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to accept this on behalf of NAWIC. Women have made a lot of strides in the construction industry over the past year. We have surpassed 1 million people in the industry for the first time, and we are also at the highest levels of construction employment at 14%. However, until we're at 50-50, there's still more work to be done, and this is going to be our inaugural year of Camp NAWIC, which is a program to introduce young girls in high school to the construction industry. And that application is out now, so if there's anybody, local schools or anybody that you know that's interested, feel free to let them know that we will be hosting Camp NAWIC. And thank you very much.
May I, Mr. President? Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say that people in the trades Women and men make more money than their college counterparts. 65% of the people in the trades are making a lot of money. And we need the tradespeople. Thank you, women.
Okay, everybody ready? 1, 2, and 3. Gotcha.
The remaining proclamations will be read into the record. 12602-23.
A proclamation celebrating John and Kathy Wagler on the occasion of their 60th wedding anniversary, sponsored by Councilmember Palmieri.
12603-23.
A proclamation honoring the heroic actions of Sergeant Patrick Vroman and wounds received in the line of duty, sponsored by Councilmember Macy.
12604-23.
A proclamation recognizing John Giamarco for his decades of service to basketball programs and students in the Stowe Rocks, Montour, and Cornell communities, sponsored by Councilmember Paul Messina.
Okay, we're going to have public comment on agenda items.
We have two. First up is Alan Gunther.
Hi, my name is Alan Gunther, and I'm with the Pittsburgh Peace is Possible Coalition and the Quaker Working Group Against Racism. And I just want to say 2 weeks ago we had Quakers, Tim Stevens of BPEP, and representatives of 24 community groups addressing this council, asking you to carefully reconsider the idea of reopening the Schumann Center as a private facility. Tonight, we thank you for introducing a motion to create a juvenile justice study group, and we think you're doing the right thing. Look, on March 2nd, the Post-Gazette ran an editorial asking the county to take the time to get it right. And it's a very complex and difficult decision to make. According to the Post-Gazette, and I accessed the Post-Gazette story on a borrowed computer that gave me the article for free, so you know. But so according to my free Post-Gazette story, reopening the Schumann would take 6 to 9 months and cost $20 million. So Allegheny County should not act without knowing all the necessary facts. You know, when the Schumann opened in 1974, it was built to hold 120 people, but when it closed 18 months ago, only 20 people were in the facility. So the questions that you need to explore are, how big should the facility be, or should there even be a facility? And if there isn't, what array of programs could replace a detention center? We strongly support the motion to form a juvenile justice study group as a way to learn the facts and eventually get the support of council for whatever spending needs to be approved. Whatever you do, please do not hand over the keys to a private jailer who will be motivated to keep the center or the detention center full. So thank you to Councilwoman Michelle Nakaradi-Chapkus. Did I pronounce her name right? Good. And Council President Katina, and the other council members who are sponsoring or co-sponsoring this motion. It's important. It's the right thing to do. Please let us know how we can help. Let the community be heard as you consider your decision. Anything you need, please contact some of the groups that are in the community. We'd be happy to connect you with some people who have experienced the juvenile justice system directly. Thank you for introducing this motion tonight. Thank you for letting me speak. And my time is up. There you go. Okay.
Go ahead.
Next up is Tim Stevens.
Good evening, Council. Good to see you on a sunny day. We've been very blessed, have we not, on the weather, by the way. So I hope you will be blessed by the decisions of County Council as you deliberate and think about the future of our kids. It is so important with all that we hear in the news every day, every few days, of what's happening with our young people, that they be given as many services as they need to hopefully keep them out of a Schumann Center or out of any center. But as we've said 2 weeks ago, and this came back to reinforce, if there is a center, it needs to be as sensitive, as comprehensive in its services as possible, as professional as possible, as clean as possible, as of service as possible. We appreciate the fact that you listen to us and you're looking at a task force to think about this, because it's a big decision. And you know what happened in Luzerne County? We do not want a replication of that or anything close, where our kids are sold, in a sense. Their time is sold. This cannot be a privately run facility. It's an inherent conflict of interest. If I have a facility, I want more kids. But if I want to just serve kids, I want less kids in the facility. And I want to serve them in a way that they stay out. And again, in terms of the jail issues, we've been in the same room for several months. Any way you can assist us. I don't know if you had a chance to see or talk to the University of Pittsburgh as yet, the social work school report. I hope if you haven't that you will, and that you'll listen. Because that report was not made up by some wild-eyed radicals in the community. It was an analysis that showed deep problems. And as council persons, I hope each of you would want to make sure that if one of your relatives, or if you ended up in that jail, the jail would be an appropriately handled, a professionally handled facility. And as council members, I'm hopeful that you will take that as your responsibility, even though there is an oversight board. We're asking you to oversight those who have the oversight responsibility in any way you can. We thank you, and we hope to get a good report going forward on both issues, the future of our young people and the future of our jail. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to approval of minutes 12605-23.
A motion to approve the minutes of the January 24th, 2023 regular meeting of council.
So moved.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. 12606-23.
A motion to approve the minutes of the February 7th, 2023 regular meeting of council.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We'll now have presentation of appointments. There are none. Unfinished business, Committee on Appointment Review for the second reading, 12567-23.
Approving the appointment of Bhavini Patel to the Minority Business Enterprise Advisory Committee for a term to expire on December 31st, 2024, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilwoman Nakaradi Chapkus.
President Katina, the Committee on Appointment Review met on March the 2nd, 2023, and affirmatively recommended Ms. Patel to the Minority Business Enterprise Advisory Committee, and I'd like to make that motion.
Okay. Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Are we all right with a voice vote on this one? Seeing that we're okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. 12568-23.
Approving the appointment of Tanya Vokes to the Human Relations Commission of Allegheny County for a term to expire on December 31st, 2024, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilwoman Nakaradi Chapkus.
President Katina, the Committee on Appointment Review met on March the 2nd, 2023, and affirmatively recommended Ms. Vokes to the Human Relations Commission of Allegheny County, and I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Does anyone object to a voice vote? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. 12569-23.
Approving the appointment of Leslie Paul Jamerson to the Human Relations Commission of Allegheny County for a term to expire on December 31st, 2024, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilwoman Nakaradi Chapkus.
President Katina, the Committee on Appointment Review met on March the 2nd, 2023, and affirmatively recommended Leslie Paul Jamerson to the Human Relations Committee, and I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, go ahead. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. Are there any liaison reports this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business ordinances and resolutions. 12607-23.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, repealing all existing provisions of the Allegheny County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 220, entitled Campaign Finance Reports and Statements, replacing them with new provisions in order to establish updated campaign finance regulations for all candidates for county elected office, and making related amendments to Article 1013 of the Administrative Code of Allegheny County, sponsored by Councilmembers Dewar and Macy.
That will go to government reform. 12608-23.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, amending and supplementing the Allegheny County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 220, entitled Campaign Finance Regulations, in order to clarify the permissible uses of campaign funds by candidates for county elected office, sponsored by Councilmembers Dewar and Macy.
That will go to government reform as well. 12609-23.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, amending the Allegheny County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 220, entitled Campaign Finance Reports and Statements, in order to establish a schedule for filing campaign finance reports by all candidates for Allegheny County elected office, and to require publication of such reports in a searchable database that is accessible by the public, sponsored by Councilmembers Dewar and Macy.
That will go to government reform as well. We'll now have new business motions. 12610-23.
A motion of the Council of Allegheny County requesting the performance of a historical overview of the former Schuman Juvenile Detention Center, formation of a juvenile justice study group, and a full and transparent overview of the current needs of the county's juvenile justice system's needs within the context of a juvenile detention facility prior to any final determination regarding the use of the former Schuman Center site. Sponsored by Councilmembers Katina, Paul Messina, Nakaradi Chapkus, and Bennett.
Thank you. That will go to public safety. Notification of contracts, 12611-23.
A communication summarizing approved executive actions for the month of February 2023.
Receive and file, please.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. We'll now have public comment on general items.
First up is Yvonne Brown.
Next.
Next would be Lolita Moman.
There's Ms. Brown. She just walked back in.
You can go ahead, Ms. Brown. If you could wait and let, please.
Have a seat.
My name is Yvonne F. Brown. I live in KD with Urban Tires, up on the top of the hill, Bedford. I have this sign because I'm saying that today they're having a special.
Could you lower the mic a little bit? I'm sorry.
90.0, 90.5 FM radio station is having a fundraiser. They're trying to raise money to keep the radio station going. I'm sorry, I was rushing. I listen to this station every day, and the reason why I'm saying to listen to this station or donate if you can before 7 and you can win a prize. But this station tells us a lot about how we can follow the law. There's different things they tell you about the law. A lot of times we don't know. It's not explained to us. That's it. That's the one part about this. The second part, I heard that you went over to the jail and then you just found the mice running around, and the mice in the food, and the mess in the food. Beth, I don't know whether you would do it or not, but I wish you would come to city council, because after I had left the meeting, I went to city council and I was explaining about the half-cooked mouse. Well, when I got finished, Mr. Burgess said, oh, no, he was on the committee and that he's eating there. But I also asked him, do you walk in line with the prisoners as they're getting that food, or do they bring you a plate from in the back? Because I used to work at St. Agnes, and that's what we did in case any of the minister, any of the priests came. We had special dishes. And I'm really upset because he called me a liar. You know something? I've been coming downtown for over 27 years fighting for our rights, everybody's right. It don't matter what color you are. We are human beings, and that's the way I want to be treated. I come down here, we have a Mr. DeWitt. You know what? If Kaylee Lee Irvis was living, he would not get elected again. I'm going to help if I can for him not to get elected. Because anytime he can tell me, no, they don't need a bus, they need security. Who are you? You don't live there. He rides. He has a car. We have transportation. We got to take public transportation. You live in a home, and I live in a building, and you talk about those people over there. You know what you remind me of? I don't know what you know about history. There was a Willie Lynch. There was the white slave owner came down to tell the southern slave owners that.
Thank you.
My time's up. But I mean what I'm saying. I'm going to keep coming.
Thank you.
For the people.
Next up is Ms. Moman.
Good evening. My name is Lolita Moman, and I have not been here before, so I thank you for taking the time to listen to what I will have to present today. I come with a background of a Master's of Social Work degree with a focus in community organization. I'm also a current PhD student at Point Park University, focused on community engagement and leadership. So my topic of discussion today is focused on systems that I see from my perspective as being oppressive to the marginalized population, those with lower socioeconomic status, those who are struggling daily with mental health crisis, also those who are unhoused and struggle to advocate for themselves. So I stand here today, although I have 20+ years of experience in the nonprofit world. I'm here today to represent myself, also as a committee woman, vice chair of District 2610, to represent the people who cannot fight for themselves. Every day, there are folks who show up at our doorstep, whether it's within the community directly that I would encounter or in a place that I work. These people need support. And the main reason that I'm here today is because we have a system that's called Allegheny Link. Allegheny Link, I'm sure, was intended to be a tool to help move people forward successfully. However, from my perspective and my own level of engagement, it has not been a tool for success. I am hoping that this short presentation today would pique your interest enough where you would take some steps forward. I'm also willing to speak further with whoever may be interested to have a further discussion, but the system is not helping. It's more so a barrier, and we cannot continue to have that because people are living in crisis day after day. And like many of the populations who have been represented, we are not in those seats, and I would like to see a holistic approach. Thank you.
Next is Tamiko Dawkins. Or not.
Oh, no, she said makes me look good together.
Next up is Andrea Williams. And last is Roy Blankenship.
Got it right this time. How about that? Okay, my name is Roy Blankenship. That's ROY BLANKENSHIP, community organizer with BPEP, the Black Political Empowerment Project. I'm here on my behalf as a community organizer, but also on my behalf as a resident. Today, I wanted to start out a little different, but with the Irish presentation today, I heard a gentleman mention something about the Pittsburgh communities coming together. And, you know, the council represents all the districts and all the people in the county. The Irish community, as my moving to Pittsburgh, was actually like there for me. My best friend of about 35 years, we lived in Brookline at each sides of Woodward Street, David J. Hughes. I mean, like, this kid was the first person I met when I moved to Pittsburgh. He literally navigated me through high school in the city and sort of all the way to my job and working with the union, where I met a lot of other Irish gentlemen. So to say this is that my time in the Boilermakers and prior experience showed me that not what color you were, if you lived in Pittsburgh and you were a Pittsburgher, you know, if we work together, I've actually seen that black, white, Irish, whatever ethnicity you are, like, we can all do this. There doesn't have to be certain standpoints where people are begging to be heard. And I am not going to say that it's not fair, but majority of the time it's a lot of African Americans screaming, or Latinos screaming for assistance, or they're the, shall I say, the collateral for the systems. You know, you guys have the power. A lot of things that are being brought to your attention are not hard to make a decision on. And if you're any kind of Christian or study something through faith, live by that. It's that simple. Your interest or whatever side interest, that'll get covered down the road. You know, give to God what's God and Caesar what's Caesar's. Please. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, at this point, is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second. Motion made, second. All those in favor, saying aye. Aye.
I have a question to speak for council. Work, so I called in this morning and they said the council can vote on the day.
Object? No, come on up. Come on up.
I'm Jacob. I'm in Pittsburgh, and I wanted to address the council in regards to homelessness and human trafficking in Pittsburgh. I am here because I'm in the Pittsburgh area in Allegheny County because I was literally bought and sold as a child and brought here after those things. I was in Eastern Europe apparently in the 90s after the Berlin Wall and Czechoslovakian breakup, and for some reason people targeted my family, and they had Nobel Prizes in science, half Jewish families, half Hungarian German families, and people from a distance said, let's get some Nobel Prize children from them families, because in Pittsburgh we have universities, research labs, and those places need good scientists. So I was in European police custody when I was 10 years old, and because they were trying to apprehend a human trafficking ring that was literally manufacturing and selling children for money. And I'm in the Pittsburgh area because of that. I'm here alone. I don't know my real name. I have PhDs from University of Pittsburgh. I worked for National Energy Lab discovering things and having scientific inventions and things while I was being held captive with medical sicknesses and forced to do those things in isolation. Currently, I make very little money and I work pretty much a year at this job site and a year at this job site, paid very little. I'm kept isolated and I'm being badly exploited in this very intense human trafficking network in Allegheny County. I was first brought to Ligonier, PA through church networks with a pretend rescue and then Latrobe, Greensburg, Ligonier, and then eventually to the Pittsburgh area where I'm currently. In captivity, while I was getting my PhD at Pitt and while I was working for the National Energy Lab in Pittsburgh, discovering things for them, I was raped for 3 children, and they were born at McGee Women's Hospital, and they were purposefully hurt to make them disabled, and their pictures were posted online on Facebook and things for people in Europe to see them hurt. Families and people where I was abducted from as a child, using rape and all sorts of human trafficking rings, even transported through 3 or 4 countries in Eastern Europe to cover their tracks. So yes, currently I have 3 children I haven't seen in 4 years now, because they're being taken away from me because I was raising concerns on them being poisoned on purpose and posted online for remote extortion schemes and things like that. But yeah, I'm here, and I've been to every police station in Pittsburgh, the FBI station, every consulate. Nothing's changing. I have medical issues. I'm banned from hospitals. I walk alone. I have no family, no one. I was trying to go to the homeless shelter for Christmas, but it was closed. I watch people go home to their families. I'll never have those things because I was bought and sold for money when I was a little kid, potentially before I was born. Thank you.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.